Alright everyone, Mr. Harris here. Just wanted to record a short video on how we could write down the chemical formula. So in this question, let's look at question A. We have potassium nitride. So in order to solve this question, we will first need to figure out what type of ions are present. So in this question, we would have potassium ions and nitride ions. And as you would recall, I've shown you this table before. And for potassium ion, it is K+. The chemical formula for potassium ion is K+, whereas nitride ion, bottom right over here, it is N3-. So K+ and N3-. Let's go back. So potassium ion is K+, whereas nitride ion is N3-. So let me rub it out. Sorry. Potassium ion is N3-. So next thing we do is to see whether the charges are they balanced or not. So on the right over here we have one positive, and on the left, sorry, we have one positive, and on the right over here we have three negative. So one positive, three negative, these are not balanced, right? So let me just write it back down over here. Second thing we do is to balance the charges. So in order to balance this, what we will do is we will add two more potassium ions. Okay, so after adding two more potassium ions, now my question is, what is the overall charge on the left over here for potassium ions? So yes, the overall charge right now is 3 positive, whereas on the right over here, the overall charge is 3 negative. So right now, these two are balanced. Okay, so we got the balance, the charges are balanced. So now we can write down our overall chemical formula. So on the left, we have 3 potassium ions, so K3, and on the right, we have 1 nitride ion, right? Nitride ion. So the overall chemical formula is K3N. All right, now let's move on to the next question. We have aluminum oxide. So the first thing to do is to check the ions, what type of ions. So the chemical formula for aluminum ion is Al3+ on the top right, whereas for oxide ion in the bottom over here it is O2-. So when we go back, let's write it down. Aluminum ion is Al3+, whereas let me use the color. Oxide ion is O2-. All right. So now my question again: are the ions, are the charges, are they balanced? No. Okay, how can we balance them? If you recall, I taught you the method of using the least common multiple, the LCM. So for that, we can do 3 times 2, which is 6. So in order to do that, we would need to make both of these ions having the overall charge having 6. So how can we do that? So in order to do that, on the left, I would add one more aluminum. So the overall charge I get is 6+, whereas for oxide ion on the right, I would add 2 more. The overall charge right now is 6-, so both of them now balanced. Okay, so now we can write down the overall chemical formula. So on the left, I have 2 aluminum ions, and on the right, I have 3 oxides. So the overall chemical formula is Al2O3. Okay? So finally, let's tackle the last question, ammonium carbonate. So I won't go back to the table right now, so you can pause the video and check by yourself, or even better, if you remember, ammonium ion is NH4+, while carbonate ion is CO3 2-. Okay, now, are the charges balanced? No. How can we balance the charges? Okay, we will need to add one more ammonium ion on the left, right? After adding one more ammonium ion, we get 2+ on the left, and on the right, we will remain as only one carbonate ion. So charges right now, they're balanced. So the overall chemical formula for ammonium carbonate would be, since on the left I have 2 ammonium ions, so let me go ahead and write down ammonium and 2. Now recall, if you write it like this, it doesn't look good. We need to add a bracket to indicate that there are 2 ammonium ions, and carbonate ions, since only 1, C3.